When Green Spaces took over this space, its mission was transformation, combining a co-working space,
providing affordable space for local artists and local entrepreneurs.
CEO Javon Taylor says that transformation includes the outside of the building, where they're adding in trees and greenery.
Small business could be like the glue of communities.
The lack of tree canopy is indicative of a problem across the city, particularly in lower income, predominantly minority neighborhoods that make up more than half of all acreage in Denver, but only 29% of tree canopy. Meanwhile, 65% of Denver's neighborhoods are majority white. Depending on how many trees, it can cool a neighborhood down 10 to 20 degrees.
Very, very common in cities across the U.S.
It's more than just shade, according to CSU professor Scott Denning. Leaves can also absorb pollution and help control heat through evaporation.
Sap, the water that's in the plant, in the little tubes that are going, out through the leaves, evaporates out to the atmosphere, and that's heat that doesn't warm the air.
But the reason there's a tree canopy disparity,
everybody knows that 5 Points has been redlined,
is connected to a history of inequities.
Disinvestment in those communities.
9 News data producer Zach Newman found that in the last 2 years, while many trees did go to neighborhoods that needed them, most, 71%, went into majority white neighborhoods. We asked the city parks department why, and they said part of the reason is there's a program where people can request free trees, and based on who asked, the city said a lot of those trees ended up in predominantly white neighborhoods. Another barrier is the cost of maintaining the tree. Now there are different programs, including Downtown Denver Partnership,
improving the planting areas of 400 trees.
The city partnering with communities in Westwood and Globeville, Elaria, Swansea.
Planting 350 trees, each of those organizations, 350 trees over the next, each year over the next 3 years.
Along with the Parks Department, planting more trees in more vulnerable neighborhoods while also rotating through different quadrants of the city, hoping to both increase and even out where we find tree canopy.
And then you have businesses like Green Space that's having to do things on their own. Javon said because of all of the development in that area of Rhino, it's no longer considered a vulnerable neighborhood, so it's harder for them to get city funding. So they have had to go after private dollars to be able to kind of rework the front of their building, and then they hope other businesses, which they're saying are interested, will be doing the same.
And it's not just as simple as like, oh, any tree anywhere, because of course we're in a drought, so some trees are going to do better than others, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and it's so much more than just the money behind it too, right? You have to be sensitive to what is our landscape, what tree is going to survive here, and then again, like you said, sensitive to the fact that we're worried about water shortages too.
Anusha, thank you.